So I wish, good evening. I wish you can see me, you can hear me, and everything is set for us to move. Please confirm, Sahanya, whether you can see me. Right. Sahanya, now one thing. You literally joined somewhere around 7:40. Actually, since you are the only member who is joining online, if 7:30 is not a convenient time for you, we can actually take it to 8, if you like. Because I sense that you are just after something and joining. That's why you get late. So what is your position, Puta? Is it okay to have it at 7:30 or shall we postpone it to 8 from now onwards, from next day onwards, so that it'll make time for you to get ready and log in? How do you like it? Right. Okay. 7:30. If it is okay, no worries from my end because as you're getting late, I thought that you must be having another commitment. That's why you're getting late. So if the time is convenient, okay, Sahanya. Now, Sahanya, I'd rather prefer if you can switch on your mic and speak with me because this is a very rare chance that you get to interact live with your speech so that you'll be improving your confidence as well, right? Okay, Buddha. Today we are going to practice some of the skills that we were doing or rather imparting and practicing, and today we are going to put that into context with an academic essay, and we are going to see whether the skills we learned uh, as strategies of academic essay, and of course as some of the reading strategies, some of the summarizing strategies, some of the strategies like skimming, scanning, and predicting and all those skills. We are going to put them all into a couple of practice sessions because after the vocabulary challenge quizzes, we'll be going for 5 such quizzes. We have done so far 2 quizzes. So after 3 more quizzes, we'll be, jumping into reading comprehension quizzes. And all these quizzes, as you all know, are counting for your final grade. So before we move on to the real challenge of reading comprehension on timed quizzes, we are going to do a bit of practice, better mock sort of tests in our interactive session, giving you more chances to practice them. We'll be preparing you to get ready for listening skills, reading strategies, and of course, the other metacognitive and cognitive strategies that you can use for academic context. Right. So let's begin today's essay. This is on exploring human immortality and aging reversal. This is a relatively mid-length article which has about 350 words, but it is of a greater, let me say, a considerable complexity in terms of its content and understanding. So we are trying to put into the practice the things that we learned. Well, now, Sahanya, we are looking at the title alone. What is today's title? Exploring human immortality and aging reversal. Now let me minimize this. Wow. Having seen the title, what sort of a content do you expect in this sort of a title? And, with your existing knowledge, we were talking about, waking up the schematas in your brain. We were talking about all those things earlier. Now, tell me, in a topic like immortality, aging reversal, human aging, and all that, what comes into your mind? What do you expect in this text? You can quickly unmute your mic and tell me some of the keywords that you might expect in this text, or rather what you expect, or rather, if you don't feel like confident to speak, just type it and send it. but I rather prefer you speak and respond. So, Hannah, take about 30 seconds and tell me what do you expect in this topic? The topic is exploring human immortality and aging reversal. So, Hannah, please speak. What do you expect in a text like this? How old are you, Sahanya? Transition of age, okay. How old are you, Sahanya? 20 years. Sahanya, why don't you, darling, switch on your mic and speak to me? Right? That will ensure that I'm dealing not with a robot but with a child. Right? Okay. You're 20 years old. Okay. How long do you expect to live further? Now you're 20. How many years you are expecting more in your life? 20 more, 40 more, 60 more? I'm just going on 20s.
Another 20 or 25.
Another?
20 or 25.
Well, well, how old were your grandparents? If they are living now, how are they? How old are they? Or rather, if they expired, let me know how long did they live? Your maternal grandparents and paternal grandparents. There must be four of them on average ages. How long did they live, Sahanya? They lived, they must be still living, right? Some of them are still living. Okay, great. And your parents must be in then their 40s and 50s, are they? Okay, great. So you literally expect at least 60 plus years of survival. Well, now what if we stop you getting old at a given time? Say, for example, you are given a chance to stop getting old and or rather reverse your age from where you are now to back to your young ages. And do you have any particular age period which you would like to stop or rather not to grow old from then onwards? Say, for example, now I'm 46 now. If I'm given a chance, I would certainly stop my age at 26 and will not grow old. So that's my opinion. That's my personal feeling. Do you have any such age in your mind which you think you should not grow older from then onwards? 18 years. Okay. Now, Sahanya, what do you think is making us growing old? What is your field of advanced level, Putta? What did you study for advanced levels?
Physical science.
What were they? Physical science. Okay. You didn't study anything related to biology, right? Okay, it's no worries. Well, but you have studied biology up to O levels, science. So there is a reason why we grow old. Do you have any idea why we grow old? Why do people grow old? No. Can you guess any reason? Or rather, can you answer me the question, what do you mean by aging, or rather getting old? Yeah? True, spending life, but if you are going to explain that in a biological term, now you see, when you become you know, growing embryo, the first cell is your mother's uh, egg, and then your father's sperms happen to make it fertile. And with that, the one cell divided into two, and the two cells divided into four, and four then divided into uh, 8, and 8 into 16, and so on. So the cells were dividing, and this multiplication made you as an embryo, and then a baby, then a young girl, and then a teen, and then an adult girl. Now you are at the age where you can even reproduce another child. So what is growing and what is aging as far as you understand? Yes, Anya, what is your understanding? What is aging and what is growing? Growth is explained actually. In my example, I told you how a single cell, mother's egg, is going to be fertiled by father's sperm, and then how that's going to be one cell and divided by two, and then made it an embryo, and how it grew. So, what is aging and what is decay? What is getting old? You think it's spending life? Well, let me explain that in a very simple term. When you grow, what happens is, when you are when you grow as an embryo, what happens is little by little, your living organism is made to be a self-sustainable unit. That's what happens while you are in the mother's embryo, right? Mother's belly as an embryo. So it grows into a big baby who is capable of feeding by mouth, listening, speaking, and all the sensations from the chest, and manipulating all the sensory perceptions by mind. And there is a brain to handle the entire biological system, anatomy, right? So once you become capable of doing that, then you were removed from mother's umbilical cord. So you start to be fed from your mouth, and you grow old. And even during the growth, until you become a fully formatted one, until you attain puberty, lots of things are growing within you. But at a point, once you become a mature, once you become capable of reproducing, what happens is you no longer develop new organisms and systems within your body, but existing systems starts to maintain, right? So this happens once you come to the age of adulthood, where you, either male or a female, comes capable of reproducing, giving birth to another generation. So once you become that point, there won't be anything developing in your body other than a cancer or a lump, right? So it'll be just unnecessary thing that will be growing in your body other than the necessary organs. So when this growing ends, what happens is you start to decay. Decay in the sense how this maintenance process happens. Quite simple. Now, there is something called cell division. We are all organized, as you know, on chemistry, or rather, if you happen to study biology, you'll realize that, we are made of cells. And these cells, when they, some cells finish their job and die, and to replace their job, new cells are, they are dividing, and new cells remaining, and the dead cells are, they are dying or digested to the system. So when one cell produces its next generation, what happens is within the cell, there is something called genetics. You must have heard the word DNA and RNA. In DNAs and RNAs, there is a set of information fixed, recorded in those cells, which gives information to the newly dividing cell how that particular cell should be functioning. Or rather, it's like, the information system, the system file of the cell. Now, growing is one thing, but when you decay or getting old, what happens is those cells reproduce or rather regenerate, not 100% of the original system file is functioning in the newly born cell. So we call this rejuvenating function. Old cell gives information to the new cell how it should work, but it's not 100% converted to the new cell. Therefore, the new cell is not equally competent as the old cell. New cell is weaker. That's how the aging starts. And when biologists found this rejuvenation process, they realize that if there is a way that when cells are duplicating, the daughter cell from the mother cell, if the mother cell can actually assure that the daughter cell is coming with exactly identical mRNA, RNA, and DNA duplicate, or rather if it is 100% accurately recreated, then there won't be any aging issue. So that is the beginning of anti-aging research. Did you have any idea right now, Sahanya, what is anti-aging or immortality? If you have an idea, just jot down it into a simple sentence or couple of sentences and make a paragraph. Because last week we learned how to write a paragraph. Now you underwent a listening activity with me. We were developing a argument. We were on a discussion. Now out of the discussion, what comes into your mind, what you understood, now we are going to put that in sentences and send me here. Your time counts. It's 8:02. I'll be waiting until 8:05 for you to synthesize at least 3 sentences summing up what we discussed and send here for me to review. Sahanya, give me a thumbs up if you are engaged in the task. Okay, great. Take your chance. Your time counts. Sahanya, I'm waiting for your response. Thank you, Sahanya. So, can you read it out for me, Putta?
Reproduction of cells in human body results following. If it is possible to create identical cells, parent cells, there won't be any difference between current and previous body structure. Aging can be stopped by
Right, right. Thank you, Putta. Now, can you guess out of the strategies that we were discussing in our lectures so far, what we have done up to now? Now, I have shown you the title of the article, and then we were doing on a bit of a thing. And by that, we have activated the existing schematas of your mind with a little dialogue, what today's lecture could be, what this topic could be, right? This is a strategy that you have to apply when you are studying something. You have to start questioning from yourself, what do you know about the particular topic as far as you are at the very moment, right? As far as your knowledge concerns, general knowledge concerns, IQ concerns, you know that there is something that you know about the particular topic. So what we did so far was activating that schema, and we are now going to develop the rest of the levels on top of that. Shall we move ahead, Putta? Okay. So here you are seeing the text we are discussing today, right? I want you to read the first paragraph of the text with me, right? I will also be reading, and follow me. Keep your mic on. Are you ready? If you are ready, say yes. Okay, Buddha, now unmute your mic and start reading with me. Here we go. We are starting with the title, Exploring Human Immortality and Aging Reversal.
an aging reverse. The quest for human
Immortality and aging reversal has been a topic of fascination and speculation for centuries. While the dream of eternal youth and longevity has captured the imagination of humanity, scientific advancements in biotechnology and regenerative medicine have reignited interest in the possibility of extending human lifespan and reversing the aging process. Exploring the concepts of human immortality and aging reversal unveils both the potential promises and ethical dilemmas associated with these pursuits. So, what you have read was the first paragraph, right? Now, this brings our attention back to an introduction of any academic essay. Can you remember what we expect you to do in an introduction? Can you remember, Bhuta? We were talking about something called a thesis statement. Can you remember? Sahana, can you remember? Sahana Bhute, speak with me. I am the only one, and you are the only one from your end, please.
An idea about the bank.
ඔපද චුට්ටක් ඇහෙන්න කියන්න.
To get an idea about the paragraph.
Yes. In the introduction, we do a couple of things. First thing is we set a hook to catch the attention of the reader. Now, can you guess how the writer in this particular introductory paragraph, how the writer set the ground, or rather set the hook to capture the attention of the reader? What is the strategy the writer invites the reader to read it? You see, it starts with something very general. The quest for human immortality and aging reversal. You know what is quest, right? The interest, the demand, the very enthusiasm for human immortality and aging reversal. Immortality is a word surfacing from mortal, immortal, mortality, immortality, right? Human immortality means manushya sanghati amaraniya bhavaya. Aging reversal. What's it? Age, why is aging, getting old? Reversal, which means the turning it other way around. Rather than getting old, it's about becoming young, right? These two topics have been a topic of fascination and speculation for centuries. So the writer begins with a very central, general, interesting, curious statement telling that, yeah, these are topics. Now see, the writer is now throwing his net for the readers to be caught up in. එයාගේ net එක එලනවා මාළුව ටික අහුවෙන්න. එයාගේ readers ලා ටික අහුවෙන්න. බලන්න. See how he jumps to the second sentence. While the dream of eternal youth. Now when you read through, even though you are young, you like to be a youth. If you are old, you like yet to go back to your youth. So that the writer is actually using his hook of eternal youth as a phrase to get the attention of the reader. Do you see? The dream of eternal youth and longevity has captured the imagination of humanity. Scientific advancements in biotechnology and regenerative medicine have reignited interest in the possibility of extending human lives and reversing the aging process. බලන්න දෙවනි sentence එකට එද්දී ඔයාගේ writer capture කරනවා readerගේ attention එක අරගෙන ඊට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා තියෙන scientific domains එක ඔක්කොම එකතු කරලා promise එකක් දෙනවා. What is it? Eternal youth, human imagination was that, yes. Scientific advancements, particularly in biotechnology and regenerative medicine, well, they reignited the possibility, the ability, feasibility of extending human lifespan, either extending this human lifespan or reversing the aging process, or stopping or getting reverse the process of aging. So you see, the writer very precisely lay his foundation with the reader, right? Now, can you read the last sentence alone in the first paragraph? I'm highlighting it. I want you to read it little loud, Putha. Yes. The one in red, please read it. the Puthe. Okay, now start exploring.
The concepts of human immortality and aging reversals unveils both the potential promises and ethical dilemmas associated with these pursuits.
Okay. Can you remember something called the thesis statement? Did I teach you? Can you remember, Putha, something called thesis statement? මතකද කියන්න? In this particular paragraph, in the introduction, this is the thesis statement. What do we do in a thesis statement? In a thesis statement, we actually provide a roadmap to our essay. You know what is a roadmap? We tell there in the introduction towards the end on what particular areas are we developing our essay into. Did you get the point? Did you get the point, Pudha? Well, so what could be the main ideas this essay will be developing into? There can be perhaps one or two main ideas that this writer is willing to continue this essay into. What are they? You can type it and say. No, Putha, no. Now I'm inviting you to read the red text which I highlighted in the text. It particularly captures two things, if you could detect it. There you can capture what this essay is going to be about. No, Putha, read the red text. It tells the roadmap. Try to identify what main ideas that the essay will be developing into. Try it again, please. I'm reading the text. Exploring the concepts of human immortality and aging reversal unveils both the potential promises and ethical dilemmas associated with these pursuits. So what are the two aspects that I'm not narrowing the question down. It deals with two things. What are they? Sahanya, get the chance. Great, great. You see, potential promises and ethical dilemmas associated with immortality and aging reversal. So this essay is going to be built upon these two ideas. What are they? There are potential promises in one hand, and there are ethical dilemmas associated with it. You know what is potential promises? මොනවාද බලාපොරොත්තු තබාගත හැකි දේවල්. අනිත් පැත්තෙන් ethical dilemmas මොනවාද සංකීර්ණතාවය මත ගොඩනැගෙන. Did you get the point? So this is how an academic essay should be organized. That's why we often say an academic essay is not just a random writing, not just your random thoughts put into pen. It is a properly planned write-up where you decide at the beginning, looking at the limit of words that you are given to write, you determine on what particular main ideas that you develop your essay into. Now in this essay, it's gonna develop its body with two ideas in mind, two main ideas in mind. Potential promises is the first thing. Ethical dilemmas is the second thing. Did you get it? If you have got it, thumbs up, please. Yes. දැන් බලන්න පුතේ ඔන්න ඕක තමයි අපි critical reading කියලා කියන්නේ. When we are reading an academic essay, we capture the thesis statement. Once you capture the thesis statement, then you know what comes next. Right? Now look at, read with me the second paragraph. I am highlighting it with a different font color. Yeah, let me give it a different font color. Yes. I'm giving it blue. Yes. Now we are moving to the second paragraph. When we are moving to the second paragraph, what we see? There is a clear roadmap set in the thesis statement. And from that thesis statement, we are going to create connection to the body paragraphs. See how he begins. Read with me. One of the key promises of achieving human immortality and aging reversal is the prospect of extending healthy lifespan and providing equal quality of life in old age. Do you see? Do you see the first paragraph ends giving thesis statement, and thesis statement is connected to the next line, what we call the topic sentence. Every paragraph has a topic sentence. If you look at the topic sentence of this paragraph, it is the one that we have just read and highlighted, right? So you see, it has something here. Can you see? Key promises. Key promises. Now I'm going to show you how this is connected to the thesis statement. Thesis statement says this is about promises, right? And in the very first body paragraph, the writer says key promises. Do you see? They are directly connected, interrelated. They work like a circuit. Did you get the point? Did you get the point, Buddha? Yes. That's why I thought of getting this discussion face to face, right? Now you see, you capture in the topic sentence of each paragraph what main idea it is dealing with. So in this case, the key promise is prospect of extending healthy lifespan and improving quality of life in the old age. ලොකුම පොරොන්දුවක් තමයි ජීවන කාලය දීර්ඝ කර ගැනීම හෝ සහ වයස්ගත වීමේදී ඔවුන්ගේ ජීවන තත්ත්වයන් උසස් කිරීම ලොකු බලාපොරොත්තුවක්. ඒක පොරොන්දුවක්. key promise එක. You see? දැන් එතකොට මේ ඡේදය ඇතුලේ කතා කරන්නේ ඔන්න ඔය කාරණේ ගැන. මතකද අපි පහුගිය සතියේ කතා කරා එක ඡේදයක්, one paragraph is going to deal with one main idea, and I told you in the topic sentence the main idea is stated, and then with tech model, can you remember TEZ model? Yeah, in which we have seen how the topic is given, then example, explanation, and can you remember? And then conclusion. Can you remember TEZ? Now see how it is applied here. I'm reading. Read with me. Through interventions such as genetic engineering, stem cell therapy, and anti-aging drugs, scientists aim to slow down or even halting the aging process, enabling individuals to live longer, healthier lives. Now, this particular paragraph is dealing with healthy lifespan, improving quality of old age, and now it tells how it is tried. How it is tried. They are going to do genetic engineering. They are going to do engineering in their genes. Stem cell therapy. They are going to do cell therapies and anti-aging drugs. Scientists, with these three steps, scientists aim to slow down the aging process. They are trying first to slow down, and maybe at a point they'll be able to make it halting, stopping. You see? When aging slows down, or rather stopped, individuals can live longer, healthier lives. Did you get the point? Now this whole paragraph began with the topic, and now examples, explanations, and evidences are coming. Can you see, Puta? See, more examples are coming. Aging reversal technologies could potentially rejuvenate tissues and organs, restoring vitality and functionality to aging bodies. The discussion is brought further. Aging reversal technologies are there now. You know, technology is part of the engineering process. It's an outcome of engineering process. Those technologies are there. They can rejuvenate tissues and organs. Now, it is tissues and organs that, you know, has dying cells and newly growing cells, right? And rejuvenating means it is given exactly same self-parental features into the newly growing cells. This restoring vitality, you know, this is restoring the vitality and functionality of aging bodies. Now, aging bodies are no longer going to be aging. Instead, they are going to stop aging. You got the point? Well, now here, we do not actually break the second and third paragraphs into 2 points, because here he goes with something called furthermore. So if you say furthermore, we have to keep in mind that the topic set in the first paragraph is still going on. You got the point? It's not a new point that he introduces. Got the point? Okay. Read, Puta, the second paragraph. Furthermore, the pursuit of human immortality raises profound existential questions about the nature of life, death, and human condition. While some view immortality as the ultimate achievement of human civilization, others question the desirability and feasibility of living indefinitely. Concerns about overpopulation, resource depletion, and existential ennui challenge the notion of eternal life and raise ethical questions about the consequences of disrupting the natural cycle of life and death. So you see, the discussion goes into a newer direction. Human immortality raises very big questions, you know, existential questions කියලා කියන්නේ පැවැත්ම පිළිබඳ ප්‍රශ්න මතු කරනවා. මොනවද? What is the nature of life? What is death? What will be the human condition? Right? So ලොකු ප්‍රශ්න ඇති කරලා තියෙනවා. Some view immortality as the ultimate achievement of human civilization. මිනිස්සු හිතනවා හැමදාම ජීවත් වීම තමයි human මානව ශිෂ්ටාචාරයේ අවසාන achievement එක කියලා. අනික අය හිතනවා සදාකාලිකව ජීවත් වීම. දැන් ඕවා හිතුවට there are concerns emerging. What are they? Overpopulation. If the living ones are not dying, then new ones will be coming into the world, and the population will be multiplied, and there will be no way for them to feed their bellies. Resource depletion comes there because resources are not growing. Yeah, existential NUI challenge the notion of eternal life. Existential NUI, you will come to know what it later. පැවැත්ම පිළිබඳ නීතිය තමයි පුතේ, this is a decomposing process where there is a cycle, the life cycle and food cycle and all that. Well, we'll discuss them later. Notion of eternal life and raise ethical questions. We are trying to break or rather disrupt the natural cycle of life and death. Will that be promoted? So those are big questions coming in. I'm inviting you to read the next paragraph. In addition to the ethical considerations, the pursuit of human immortality and aging reversal poses practical challenges and limitations. Do you see? We are now moving into what? A new point. What is the new point? Practical considerations and limitations. You see? That is indicated in the topic sentence. Are you getting me, Buddha? Are you getting me? Yes. Despite significant advancements in biotechnology and generative medicine, the complexities of aging and underlying mechanisms of cellular senescence remain poorly understood. There are a lot to explore. They are poorly understood. Moreover, the potential risks and side effects of anti-aging interventions. Now, when you start to anti-age, there can be side effects, such as cancerous growth and immune system dysfunction, underscore the need for careful research and ethical oversight in the development and application of aging reversal technologies. Now, all these things actually giving us signals. We have to do it carefully. We are coming to, you see, the essay deals with two things: promises and ethical dilemmas. Promises were given in 2 paragraphs, and the third paragraph is dealing with the what? Dilemmas, ethical dilemmas associated with it. And now we have read the third paragraph, and now the whole essay is coming to conclusion. We are reading the conclusion. In conclusion, the quest for human immortality and aging reversal presents both promises and challenges for humanity. You see, it's the restatement of what? Thesis. On the conclusion එකේ වෙන විදිය. අපි thesis එකේ කියපු දේ නැවත ප්‍රාණවත්ව උච්චාරණය කරනවා. Right? You see, while the prospects of extending healthy lifespan and rejuvenating aging bodies holds immense potential for improving quality of life, it also raises ethical, existential, and practical considerations that must be carefully addressed. දැන් අපි කියපු කාරණේ ආයම ප්‍රබලව සාරාංශ කරනවා. By balancing scientific progress with ethical principles and societal values, humanity can navigate the complexities of human immortality and aging reversal in a responsible and sustainable manner. මේ discussion එකේ අවසාන කාරණේ තමයි ethical principles, societal values මේවා navigate කරන්න ඕනේ කොහොමද? Responsibly එහෙම වුණොත් sustainably කරන්න පුළුවන්. You see, this is how an academic essay is typically organized. Before you go for the questions, now I am inviting you to read the paragraph quickly. Once again, go to the Moodle page and download it, and I'll show you how to do it. I wish you know it, but still, let me show you. Did you go to school? You know how to go to the Moodle page? Let me share the screen and show you. Here we are. Yes. Here we are at R2 and you are second batch. Here we go to the second batch course. And down there in the bottom, today's lecture appear. Yes. Here, the lesson material. You can simply click on it. It will be opened. Now, if you click on this download button, you can download. Quickly download the text and read it right now. And you don't need to try the questions right now. And I'll be giving you a chance on Moodle itself to try it. Moodle එකේ අපි quiz එකක් විදිහට ඒක develop කරලා තියෙනවා පුතේ live කරමු. දැනට ඔයා take about 5 minutes to read it. Your time counts. Take 5 minutes and read it. And once you're done, give me a thumbs up so that I will open the quiz which you can try live. Once you're done with your reading, let me know. And then we can move on to see live quiz. Sahanya, hope you are ready. Okay, Sahanya, did you go and do the challenge? Did you make an attempt? Yes. Now I'm inviting you to go back to the course and go to the bottom of the page. Try challenge one. You can do it live. I would stop sharing if you can simply log into the site, and if you can share your screen with us and do it, that's great. I'll allow sharing for everyone. Yes, it's allowed for you to share. Perfect. Go ahead, Sahanya, do it. You can refer to the bold letters, and you have to take some of those bold letters to fill the blanks. It may not be perhaps identically the bold letters, but it could be something that you have to synthesis from that. You can type and enter Bhutan, no worries. You can say, ah, yes, go ahead. Sahanya, you have done it. Yeah, show me how is the success. Can you scroll down a while? Yeah, it seems you got it done. Yes, finish your review and send. You earned a grade 10 out of 10. Now, when you're doing the real quizzes, you won't be given a chance of a review, right? We'll be giving you only your answering options, but since this is a practice quiz, I have given you the chance of reviewing it, right? Now, there will be such complex passages coming in and which are actually timed. And with them, you have to deal with the rest of the, what we call reading comprehension passages. Now, Sahanya, there is another work you have to do that appears in the bottom of the course page. The MCQ multiple choice questions that you can do at home leisurely. And let me edit the settings for that. Yeah, I'll give you a timing. Time limit, I'll give you 10 minutes for that. And review options, I'll close all the review options. Yes. So Sahanya, what did you learn today? Did you see that? Little by little, what we are doing is we actually applying the skills that we learned in class in practices. And I'm inviting you to do the summarizing exercise, which is given in the second page of the text. Let me share you. There is a summarizing step-by approach. Learn it, and it's for self-learning, and it will help you how to do a summary. And we'll be doing it online on time in an interactive session like this. And with that, we'll be perfecting that part of the work. Sahanya, did you learn something today? And did you find something, or do you have something to take home as a message or learning or something? Just give me your feedback, and with that, we can end today's session. If you don't feel like giving it a verbal response, you can actually, yes, type it out and send. No worries. I'll stop recording.